Hello, my name's Greg Watford and welcome to this video, and I'm very pleased to be able to bring a special guest to this video today. It is Albie Costa. He's one of the prime suspects, shall we call it, behind Protection Through Gold. And you know, Protection Through Gold is one of the most successful companies with the support and training behind Karatbars. So Albie, thank you very much for your time.
It's my pleasure. It's good to be here,
Greg. Allowing us onto your lovely property. This is the Albie's backyard, which is really beautiful in Coffs Harbour, which is on the eastern coast of Australia. So Albie, look, just a couple of questions. I've seen the videos with your story where you've been around Australia and what you've been doing. And so we won't get into that because it's all been covered before, but there is one question I've been meaning to ask you is, how did a truck driver end up in online marketing and be successful?
You mean you can't see the obvious connection there? Oh, it's a good story actually, thanks for asking, but you know, I got into truck driving as an emergency backup. I had a truck license when I was in my very early 20s. I had a road train license from my days in the Northern Territory, and then fast forward 20-something years later, we, to cut a really long story short, we lost everything, and I kind of had to fall back on my truck driving just to kind of create an income to support, you know, just our daily needs. And while I was driving the truck, so I was driving between Brisbane and the Victorian border, and was doing about between 5,000 and 7,000 kilometres a week. I thought it would be a great opportunity to turn my truck into what I called a mobile university. So I did a couple of things. First thing I did was had my laptop set up on the passenger seat, and I actually had a little wireless mouse which would sit on my lap, and every time I had a little break somewhere, I'd get online, because I always thought the online marketing industry would give me the freedom to be able to travel, which is, as you know, I do love travelling, and it would give me the freedom to do things with my family that I wasn't able to do driving a truck. Obviously, driving a truck, being away from home all week, you know, that's no fun. It's certainly not the lifestyle that I would choose to do for a long time, although I did enjoy elements of it. So I pursued that goal relentlessly. I would have my laptop set up, and every break I had, every truck stop break, I would scour the internet. I had a little portable internet stick, and I would look for online opportunities. You know, I found quite a few. They all ended up being duds and fall over, so I'd start back from square one again. But another thing I did was I used to listen to a lot of self-development and material, like on CDs. I used to go to the library on a weekend, and you could actually borrow stories on CD. Motivation. I used to borrow a lot of motivational, personal development type CDs, and I would listen to them all week. And I had got into a bit of a routine in the truck, because you've got a lot of hours of driving where, you know, you're either listening to the radio, which is, I always think, G-I-G-O, garbage in, garbage out. I wanted to fill my head with good stuff, because I'd come from a very, a terrible couple of years where we had lost everything, and mentally I was shot, I was depressed, you know, all the things you go through when you have a crisis in your life. And so slowly but surely started to become mentally tough again, and started to work out how this whole online thing worked. The way that I learnt how stuff worked was find stuff that didn't work, so it was a matter of elimination. It was like the Edison theory. I just found a whole lot of ways it didn't work, and at some point I met with Lawrence online, and that was a real turning point for me. I finally found somebody who cared enough to take me by the hand and to teach me the craft, and I was obviously willing to learn the craft, and I was obviously motivated to learn the craft. And fast forward 6 months from that date, I could stop the truck driving, and a year later we were well on our way to paying off, you know, our debts that we'd accumulated. And fast forward, you know, nearly 2.5 years now, and you know, we've still got a black hole that we're filling, but it's filling quickly. And you know, that's the really short story.
Yeah. Okay, terrific. Now, regarding just to take it another step further, we're talking about Protection Through Gold, because it's Lauren, yourself, behind the driving force behind Protection Through Gold. Now, Protection Through Gold has gone from what in 10 months from nothing to 20,000 affiliates, which is an enormous.
That's because of guys like you, Greg.
Thank you, Albie. actually, just give us your thoughts on why do you think Protection Through Gold has been so successful in what it is?
Look, there's a few reasons. We came to understand in the online marketing world that a lot of people want to hide behind the anonymity of their computer. They don't want to be seen, but they still want to make an online income. Now, we know that if you're not showing your face out there, that people don't really trust you. Okay, the online industry is full of scams. It's full of ways that people, charlatans, happy to take your money all the time. We know that if you put your face to your product, there's a lot more chance that people are going to trust you and want to follow you. So first of all, we put a face to the product. And the second thing is that people want to feel like they're part of a community. They want to feel loved. They want to feel like they're part of a movement. They want to feel like they're part of something that's actually moving in a certain direction. People love to follow people who know where they're going. And so our community, you're obviously you're one of the leaders in our business. People want to follow people like yourself because you know where you're going. And the Protection Through Gold team has created a community of like-minded people, of like-minded leaders, and other people want to follow a community like that. And so the other thing is this business is built on duplication. So whatever I do, I should be able to expect you to be able to do. And this is probably one of the most powerful parts of the PTG system is it's the system itself. It's that step-by-step system where when I get started, all I need for you to do is to point you to that step-by-step system. All they need to do is then point other people to that step-by-step system, and it's a duplicatable system that creates momentum and it creates duplication and multiplication within your business. So they're the main reasons why. And the other critical factor is that it's kept very simple, and we've really strived to make that PTG system foolproof, or what I call idiot-proof. Although it amazes me how some people still can complicate it. It's simple, it's duplicatable, there's a community there. All those things together, we've recognised that every successful business online has all those components, and so we set out to duplicate that and to also let all of our personality sort of be in the PTG system infused with our own personalities, yours included, Lawrence, myself, Scott, all of our leaders. I guess that's what we call a culture. We've developed a culture there.
Okay. It sounds like you're on the right track anyhow. As I said, in 10 months to go from 0 to 20,000 is almost unheard of. And Protection Through Gold has been recognised as being the fastest growing group within Karatbars. Is that correct?
Yeah, we never set out to break any records, but apparently we have been told that we have broken every record in the company's growth, which is kind of cool. But I guess our motivation was to help people. I think Zig Ziglar said it best. He said, when you take your eyes off the money and you put it on the people, the money will automatically get caught up in the slipstream. So that was nice. It was nice to be recognised. We were in Nashville last year, and Lawrence and I got to walk across the stage there and get congratulated by Harold, who's the owner of that. And that's great, but it's not what we're in it for. The recognition's fun, but it's not about us, it's about you, it's about the team, it's about how we can get people to where they want to get to, and we will automatically succeed if we can help them succeed. Our success is when we help other people become successful, and that is the most satisfying part of this business. The money's amazing, like, it's insane, but honestly, if you had all the money without the satisfaction of helping the other people, it would be a very hollow victory. The most satisfying part of this is seeing people grow and seeing them become successful and seeing other people seeing their lives quite literally change. I mean, Gerald's a great example, living in a car, and 10 months later he's a leader within our business because he's grown as a person. He's changed his mindset, plus he's now got the finances to fund like a growing organisation. It's a wonderful story. So, and obviously one of the key components of the success of the PTG system is the great leaders. Like, if we didn't have great leaders, we'd be pulling the whole load by ourselves. So we've got guys like yourself and Wendy who have stood up and said, we're prepared to take control of our organisation, to take leadership, and that's all part of the duplication process. And it's wonderful to see people step up to the plate and swing the bat and say, I'm going to stand up and be counted. I know where I'm going. I'm going to make it happen, whatever it takes. like yourself and Wendy. So, you know, I want to congratulate you, you know, for being such a wonderful leader as well.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you, Albert. Look, just one last question regarding the Nashville trip that you went over there with Lawrence. Yep. You're rubbing shoulders with our senior affiliates, with affiliates from the Leadership Council, and as you said, you met Harold Zeiss, the founder of Karatbars. Could you just give us a little bit of an insight into the bigger picture regarding Karatbars? Where will Karatbars be in 5 and 10 and 20 years' time?
Yep. So one of the funny things is, went over to Nashville and we met with Harold, and you know, he's this German guy running this, you know, multinational organisation, multi-million-dollar organisation. I expected this really stiff, you know, corporate sort of a guy, a German guy. And in all honesty, I met this warm, friendly, loving guy. It kind of shook me. Unexpected. It was so unexpected. The first thing that stood out about Harold was that he loves his people, and I've got to learn since that his number one goal is to help the people on the ground, is to make them as successful as he can, to give them as much money as he can, to, you know, to help them with whatever he needs to do. So that's just a little bit about the man himself. As far as the vision of the company goes, the vision is that Karatbars will become a household name. That if you mention the word Karatbars, even if they're not involved with the business, they'll know what it is, and it will be a business of integrity. The wonderful thing about the Karatbars business, it doesn't need any hype, doesn't need any froth or bubble, doesn't need any, you know, salesy spills. It just stands up on its own legs, which is what really attracted me to the business. It has a product that everybody wants and everybody needs. And so I see in the next 5 years, and we've spoken with Harold about the 20 to 30 year plan that he has. So it's not just a 5 year plan. So he's got a generational perspective on this business. But in the next 5 years, I believe that, number one, most people will have heard of Karatbars, and there will be many, many people who will be using Karatbars as a currency or a currency alternative. And that is also a big goal of the Karatbars business. And you've heard of the K exchange, where we can exchange real currency, real money, which is gold, for real products, which is how our economy should be built. It should be based on something that's real, has real value and holds value, gold. And so that's where I see the next 5 years headed.
Great.
Yeah.
It's exciting, isn't it?
I'm excited.
I'm just like an Energizer Bunny saying, let's get on with this. It's really good. So look, thank you very much for your leadership, your time, your friendship, yes, and welcoming Wendy and myself and into your beautiful estate that you've got here with Rachel. So that's really good. So okay. Look, that about wraps it up. Thank you for watching this video, and I look forward to catching you in another video. Bye.
See you guys. Bye-bye.